So this is the turmeric powder. Into me turmeric powder, and that's how I apply it. I don't add water, neither do I add anything. It's just the turmeric powder. No. Into me funny say yeah. Me share the powder. This one you can use it for like days, baby. This is how I use it. May apply it on my face just like this. Me the yemi say keke. Into me the yemi say yeah, at least um a minute or two, at most 6, 7. But we only just 5 minutes. Me say ya na me ye no. Me mfa bibia emfra say ya pe. Nti me de ye m'anim ni nyinaa with the help of my mirror. Then ebia one or two things be me ye we are me wie. I go just shower. So obi bisa me say obaya. Ade nti na wotwa videos na unye makeup. Na da me hu sɛ wayɛ makeup koraa no ɛyɛ a na yɛ kakraa bi adɛn am sɛ o sɛ me honam yi a ɔbɔ ade ada hɔ ma obi bɛsɛ ɛni da hɔ nti dɛn ne makeup bio. I'm not saying sɛ makeup yɛ bad but me ankasa koraa menim yɛ wate aseɛ nti menhyɛ daa ɛnteetee me ho bebree biara saa. And obisaa me sɛ na ɛyɛ me skin no, how do I treat my skin? But to be honest with you, I don't have a special skincare product or like any way beyond my skin so special. So I shared with her, and today I'm here to also share with you my secret. Mhm. It's something that worked for me, but I don't know if it will work for you, okay? But let me share with you. Please stay with me till the end. This is Sopon TV. I'm Obaya Ejekoma. Please subscribe if you haven't. First of all, I drink enough water. Nia onimu biara nim sɛ nsuo deɛ memfa nni agorɔ. Menom nsuo paa. Sometimes koraa no sɛ menom nsuo a ɛyɛ a na memmɛgya nsuo a menom. Ɛfiri sɛ nsuo so wonom ma ne buru so bebree a ɛno nso ɛwɔ nsunsuansoɔ bi. Nti menom nsuo a na afei me ara koraa memmɛgya. So if you want a skin in hɔ, if you want a smooth glowing skin drink enough water. That for me, I drink enough water. And then I sleep a lot. When it comes to rest and napa, hey, you know, if you are watching my video and like you are close to anyone that would be Becca Obaya doesn't joke with her sleep. If it's time to work, I will work. But if it's time to sleep too, hey Charlie, I don't joke with my sleep. And then I try to eat healthy. I try as much as possible to eat healthy, and most of the time avoid processed food. The other thing make I say I try to eat healthy is that sometimes you are baby video bi and program bi wɔ baby you don't have control over what you eat. Not as in you eat anything because you are hungry, but sometimes if I'm at home maybe mɛyɛ me tatali bi ayɛ medua frɔy bi kyerɛ sɛ me bean stew bi but ebia wotu kwan kotwa video bi ne ade a you just have to get your rice out there and then maybe a drink with some snack what I say. So if I say I try as much as possible and when I have the time or when I'm home, I try to eat healthy. And then I try to avoid sugar as much as possible. I try to avoid sugar as much as possible. That is me. You can be eating sugar as much as you want anyhow, but for me, I try to avoid sugar as much as possible. And let me come back to eating healthy as much as possible. So bio. Who said I will not add sugar. But if I'm out there working or doing something there, when the snacks and the drinks here, so but if I get the time, my leisure time, another time I'm here there. I try to avoid sugar and other processed food as much as possible. And one other thing nso a meyɛ a ɛboa me yɛ mensra anwummere. I don't use any lotion on my body in the evening. Most times, ɛyɛ nkurɔfoɔ ɛka sɛ when it's evening and now when the body is resting, that is when anka you have to apply some lotion or some creams to the body. Na tissues na repair ne ho ne adeɛ. But I for one, I don't use any cream, any lotion or whatever on my body in the evening. Me shower that is it. I'm done. And I also don't really use any expensive cream beer, expensive media a relative, what I say. Someone will buy a cream for maybe 100 cedis, it's expensive. Someone will buy for um 500 cedis and it's cheap. So buying a product for me, my products are less expensive. And carrot product really works for me. Product made from carrot, whether being lotion, whether being cream, I've realized that if I use that kind of product, a so mostly, I am using creams and other products which contains carrot or made from carrot extract and other like the oil. That is what works best for me. But I mean, a very dry skin. Yes, I have a very dry skin, but an oily face. I have extremely oily face. So the time I met comedy in the evening, I am when Hamatan Abapan, when we are in the dry season. But I know crown I once be I don't normally do it. And even if I would do that, it's mostly with shea butter and kuto papa me and not the processed one, although the packaged one. Deɛ mekɔdwa so kɔtɔ 1 cedi 2 cedi yi a na ɛda hɔ metɔ ne nsutɔberɛ nti ebia sɛ ɔpɛ ba na mehia a na agya mede kakra once a while bi anwummerɛ bi a na mede kakra afa me nan ho nti me deɛ ɛno na meyɛ a ɛboa me. Na afei nso ɔmo a wɔbɛn me yie naa nso bɛsan aka akyerɛ wo sɛ sometimes ɛyɛ a na reddish or yellowish wei bi na egu me ha sei na ebi wɔ hɔ a na egugu me ha ne adeɛ. First no na ɛba a ɛkyɛ kakra, ebi wɔ hɔ nso ɛba a ɛha me paa. Na mehwɛɛ a do baabi huuɛ ehu a no eduru no ɛba a ɛnha me bio. Ɛna seesei a koraa no mɛka sɛ ɛntaa ɛmma. Metena ase hu sɛ my liver is my skin. Sɛ me liver ɛyɛ affected a ɛka me skin. Nti no and mehu wei when I was na meyare kakra na mekɔɔ hospital and then but saa time no so na adeɛ no egu m'anim a matreat a ɛnkɔ. Ɛna saa adeɛ no nso nkɔlaa berɛ mu nyinaa na ɛba nti ebi wɔ hɔ a ɛba na me change lotion na me change cream not knowing sɛ it's ɛnyɛ ɛno koraa ɛwɔ mu a na ɛno ayɛ dɛn ɛkɔ. Nti mekɔ kyɛkeeɛ na kyerɛ sɛ saa time no na mabɛden me liver no kakra ɛna as attention ne nyinaa kɔ hɔ na me treatiiɛ. Me treat wieɛ no deɛ ɛwɔ m'anim o, deɛ ɛwɔ me hia o, ɛno ano no amba bio. So then I read more about the liver and the skin like mesua adeɛ bisa questions ne adeɛ a na mehu sɛ the skin and the liver no deɛ ɛbɛkyerɛ wɔ wo skin no sɛ yɛ skin ayɛ sɛ mirror o. Biribi kɔ so wɔ nipadua no mu na ɛnyɛ abohu sɛ wo skin no akyerɛ. So whenever mehu sɛ me skin ɛnya rashes bi anaa saa adeɛ no ɛsan aba pɛ na mehu sɛ no, I have to cut down on processed food. I have to cut down on other things biara a ɛbɛma me liver no ayɛ very stressful ɛna ɛbɛ endanger the health of my liver. Nti no sɛ wowɔ acne bebree na w'akoma nkɔ a mɛka sɛ kɔ hospital na yɛncheck you for liver fat and any other liver disease bia it could be sɛ wo so wo deɛ no ɛyɛ saa. Na wonim biribi mehu sɛ saa adeɛ wei me liver ɛka ho ne saa nneɛma no me as I said no I'm sharing with you my personal experience and how I maintain my skin. How I maintain my skin. So from then, what I did is say, me use turmeric. Turmeric, maybe sometimes once a week. Na mayɛ me warm water kakra. Warm water. Not just a teaspoon of my turmeric. Na me de egum. Na ma nom once in a week. Ebi wɔ hɔ nso a megya to mu a bɛyɛ a month or 2 to 3 no. Na me de 1 week esi hɔ. Nti saa week no, mɛnom turmeric no anapa ewummerɛ anapa ewummerɛ anapa ewummerɛ for a week. Then na megyae. And I also sometimes use lemon and lime. Let me say this, please. I'm sharing with you my personal way of maintaining my skin. So please, if you will practice anything or use anything that make who set a wow, if possible, talk to the professionals, talk to your doctors. Because even the turmeric I'm using, I know an aunt who used this in M1 or no use turmeric soap no na or use soap ni mo no na rashes mo eba ne ho. But me, I've not used any turmeric soap or whatever, but I use the raw turmeric powder. Sometimes, yeah, me who said that me nim na oil bebree bro so and now me try na sa reddish or yellowish way back be unity then na ma me dey aye me nim for some few minutes. That is the raw powder no. Raw powder no. Na me dey aye me nim for some few minutes. Sɛ me dey yɛ m'anim a bɛyɛ at most akyɛ paa ebi a 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes na me dey ayɛ m'anim na makɔdware. Medware a me de warm water no ɛhohoro m'anim kakra. Not extremely hot please. Warm water ɛne me soap no me de hohoro for the first time. Na medware wie a na me second one nso ɛde me facial towel wode bɔ nsuo no mu a na wode a make sure say turmeric powder no nyinaa is gone. So that is how I maintain my skin. And then stress. Whenever I'll be very stressful and now activities be my brain yie paa na ɛyɛ na mehu sɛ me brain deɛ no ɛnhyɛ da ɛnkɔ yie. And then my diet. As I said, I always try to avoid sugar. And me deep processed and normally bebree so I know say my skin no ɛnkɔ yie. You know what? Today I shared with you my personal experience on how I maintain my skin. And nnuane nsuo a ɛyɛ hye bebree mepɛ nso share paa for the sake of my skin, especially my face. Even if my water will be that hot koraa na m'anim no deɛ mema no yɛ warm na mede ahohoro m'anim. Nti the take homes are drink enough water, eat healthy, have enough sleep, and also avoid stress. So this is the turmeric powder. Into me turmeric powder, and that's how I apply it. I don't add water, neither do I add anything. It's just the turmeric powder. No? Into me funny say yeah. Me share the powder. This one you can use it for like days, baby. This is how I use it. May apply it on my face just like this. Or me the me say keke. Into me the say yeah, at least a minute or two, at most 6, 7. But we only just 5 minutes. Me say ya na me ye no. Me mfa bibia emfra say ya pe. Nti me de ye m'anim ni nyinaa with the help of my mirror. Then ebia 1 or 2 things be me ye we a me wie. I go just shower. So that is all I do. And my cream is very, very affordable. Me cream I'm used to the other one. I don't use any other lotions here and there as I was asked. So what I shared with my friend is the same thing that I've shared with you. And it's the same turmeric that Medifera warm water and when I think it's needed. You know what? I'll also come back and share with you what the professional says about keeping or getting a healthy, glowing skin. But today, I shared with you what I do to maintain a smooth skin. This is Soulphone TV. I'm Obaya Ejapoma. Thanks for watching and thanks to my DOP.